Welcome back, everybody. Today is Free For All Friday, and we're going to do some rapid fire Q&A for you guys. So we'll just take some questions off my Facebook fan page. This stuff is dedicated to guys who want to build muscle, gain size. So we've got some muscle building questions for you guys today. Next week we'll do some cutting questions for guys who want to lose fat. So first question is from Joey Hagar. He wants some tips on bulking on a really tight budget. So believe it or not, Joey, there's a lot of foods out there that you can use to build muscle that don't require a big budget. So I'm thinking of, let's look at carbs first off. So oatmeal, potatoes, those are not expensive carbohydrates, and those will help you bulk up really quickly. Rotate the colors of potatoes around. Even heck, cereals, you can even get away with some cereals here and there, but oatmeal is a really cheap carb source that you want to utilize. From a protein standpoint, look for things that you can get in bulk. So chicken, even some steaks aren't as much as you may think. Sausages aren't as much, so you want to start utilizing that. Eggs aren't that expensive. Tuna, not that expensive, so you might not be able to get organic, but that's okay. So there's a lot of foods that you can still afford on a tight budget. From a fat standpoint, olive oil, mixed nuts might be a little pricey, but you can look into like even coconut oil, maybe a tad pricey, but you can get into even avocados on sale, not that much. So again, you just have to kind of keep an eye on things that go on sale and take advantage, stock up in bulk when you can. I ate a lot of tuna sandwiches, a lot of egg sandwiches. I also ate a lot of pork and beans. That was one of my old favorites. And cottage cheese and Vector cereal and bananas. Those are a lot of my staples when I was bulking up on a tight budget when I was just coming out of university making 10 bucks an hour. And I made it work. Protein powder isn't that expensive, so it's a period of time where you're going to have to utilize the budget you have. That's totally fine. And as you make some more money, then you can start making some better choices down the road. But for now, just make the most of what you can. Sorry, that was supposed to be a rapid fire response, but I want to help you guys out. So let's do a couple more here. Next question comes from Chris Steery. Energy is a real problem for me when I'm at the gym. Any suggestions? So Chris, two things that come to mind. Hydration. You're most likely not hydrated, so you really need to focus on getting 3 to 4 liters of water in you a day to come into the gym in a fairly alert state, ready to train. So I'm going to start you there. Next question is from Trevor Taylor. He says, I just circuit train and I want to use free weights, but that section of the gym is intimidating. I totally understand. So if you take a look at this gym here, we're actually in a quiet area of the gym where you may want to just bring a bench over and grab some dumbbells and start getting familiar with your routine in a quieter spot. That's totally fine. But on the flip side, just to offer you a word of encouragement, everybody who came into the gym started off like you. Everybody started as a beginner at a different age, at a different level of fitness. So you're not alone. There's a lot of people, everybody starts off where you're at, and they have to make that jump. All right, and let me be honest with you, like no offense or anything, but people most likely are not watching you. I mean, unless you're wearing super short shorts or a really silly outfit or something, or doing something really ridiculous. Most people in the gym are just doing their own thing. And I mean, let's be honest, most people are staring at themselves in the mirror than anybody else. Unless you're in a gym with like, super hot chicks and don't wear much clothes. But for the most part, people are just kind of absorbed in their own little world. So I wouldn't think too much about it. And just make that plunge. The first time you do it, it's always the hardest, and then you'll be like, what? Why was I afraid of this area before? So it's kind of just like the fear of the unknown, uncharted territories. Acknowledge it, face it, and be proud of yourself when you get in there. You'll maybe most likely get inspired by the people working around you, working out a little harder in that area. So give it a go. You can do it, Trevor. Next question comes from Gabriella Fierro. Pre-workout meals if we need to go to the gym at 4:30 a.m. So this is pretty easy. Protein powder and coconut oil. This is going to be your go-to meal. You might want to have some caffeine as well. Coconut oil gets converted into fatty acids because it gets metabolized in the liver. So those fatty acids get converted to fuel much faster. So you're going to have an available form of energy from the form of coconut oil. So coconut oil is going to be your new best friend. You can blend it with your protein shake, or you can, to be honest, sometimes I just take a scoop and put it right in my mouth. It's not too bad. And then have some chocolate protein powder. It's really key to have the coconut oil with the protein, because if you have just protein in the morning, that protein can get converted to sugar, okay? It can get converted to glucose. So we want the fat to slow the absorption of the protein. So never have just a protein shake by itself. We want to slow the absorption of those amino acids that can get converted into fat. So Very key point. Protein shake and coconut oil is your new pre-workout meal if you're training at 4:30 a.m. James Zong, he wants to know, hey Vince, should I train separately for each muscle group for each day or just incorporate them all in one day's workout? It depends where you're starting. I recommend beginners start off with full body workouts where you train all your body parts in one workout, and you do that 3 times a week. So if you're a beginner, you know, you're gonna train each body part on Monday, but then on Wednesday when you come back, you're gonna do different exercises. So you still train the same body parts, but with different exercises, reps, and sets. What you should do is check out my full body workout for skinny guys to build muscle. I'll put links for you in the description, but I've uploaded 6 full body workouts for you, full-blown workouts. I recommend you start with those, and then you transition into a split program. My belief is that you need to earn a split. You don't just jump into a split. Okay, last question here is from Louise Grench. He wants to know about muscle building supplements. Can you take them continuously, and or should they be cycled, and how to do it? So the only 2 muscle building supplements that come to mind that you want to cycle are beta-alanine and creatine. So supplements that you would load. All right, so for me, I basically take these depending on what kind of training I'm doing. So if I'm doing a strength phase where I'm really focused on getting strong, I'll take creatine. When I'm trying to do a lot of high volume lactic acid kind of training, I'll be taking beta-alanine. When that kind of style of training is over and I've transitioned to something else, I come off those supplements. There's no other supplement that really comes to mind. Protein, you know, you'd be good to rotate around your protein sources to avoid food allergies. So, you know, you don't have to always use whey protein. You could also use like a pea protein, or you can use a goat protein. There's different kinds of proteins that you want to utilize. So if you use the same kind of protein source all the time, you can create food insensitivities, which can lead to food allergies over time, which are not healthy and can create other problems within your body, long-term problems. So rotate your protein powders, come on and off your beta-alanine and creatine, and then everything else you'll be fine staying on. All right, guys? Those are great questions. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do so. I'd love to have you as a regular. I don't want you to miss a single thing. We put out a lot of good info here, and hopefully you're utilizing it. I'm sure you are. And if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below. Let me know ideas for future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you're looking for, how I can help you, and we'll just keep them coming, all right? Have a great day.